Hi guys, I've got something today. It's a big gray box.
The avocado! Thanks!
Hopefully that's not really annoying. Is that really annoying? It is very well taped. Start by making a little opening. So Crafties was kind enough to send me a painting of my choice. I'm excited to show you what's inside. I'm excited to see what's inside. Let's get started. Hi there. So, hi. Isn't that so much better? Okay. So it comes with the canvas itself, a little card with all of the swatches of color and the numbers and the sample color artwork, a black and white printout so that you have a guide. Wow, these are tough to see. Oh, I should not have an unboxing channel, that's for sure. So it looks like we've got 3 rounds, somewhat varying sizes, and a flat brush. My colors here, and so I'm going to put my numbers on them and then organize them accordingly. So this folds into a little handy dandy box. Putting together my palette really didn't take very long. It was pretty straightforward, and it basically just gets you set up and ensures that you're using the correct colors for the correct spaces during the painting process. So this maybe took me like 10 minutes, maybe less. This box folds into a easel. And then it's like that. My picture. So this is the time that I tell you I've done paint by numbers once in my entire life. I am so hot right now. It's so smoky. I'm gonna go get water. I'll be right back. So when I finally finished stalling, it was time to get to work. And later, when I edited this video, I was absolutely appalled at the amount of times my tongue came out of my mouth. Like, I was licking my lips or sticking it out for concentration. I don't really even know, but I was watching it back with Maverick later and we were just dying. I'd love to blame the matte lipstick I was wearing, but honestly, there's no excuse. So we can just move on. There are no more shots that feature my face, but oh my gosh. So I started with the lightest color and worked towards the darker colors. And I was pretty happy with the quality of the paints. Some of the colors needed a second coat over the numbers to cover them up, but generally the paints had great opacity. The brushes were nice and small and they were able to get all the little tiny details that you need to get. I was happy to see they kept their points throughout the whole painting and they remained very easy to use, especially if I kept them clean and wet them before use. There was one little hiccup towards the end where the metal and wood separated on one of the brushes, but it was easy to glue back and you know, everything was fine. Like I said, I first went from the lightest to darkest, and that actually started me at paint color number 8. But after trying to eyeball which ones were the lightest, I decided to just go in number order instead. So I went back to color number 1 and I worked my way up through 24, and that felt a lot easier to keep track of. After the first couple of painting sessions at this angle, my wrist was feeling a little bit rough, so I just put on my brace for the remainder of the painting, and it really helped a lot. And so I was able to paint for hours at a time, and I just put on a show in the background, got myself a little snack, and just went after it. I will say doing a paint by numbers piece was actually a really interesting experience for me as an artist, since I'm used to, of course, just having free reign as I'm painting. In theory, paint by numbers always just seemed like someone just painting a coloring page. But when you're actually painting someone else's painting, it feels a lot more in depth. It feels like doing a study of the light in the painting, because that's really how the colors are kind of broken down. The guidelines and the tiny numbers really forced me to slow down and be meticulous, which I must say is not a super strength of mine, and it took way more concentration than I would like to admit. And maybe it's because my mom told me that she absolutely loved doing paint by numbers when she was in middle school, or because I've seen other people doing them online and they find them so mindless and meditative. but I just really thought that I'd be able to kind of check out a little bit more than I was actually able to. So maybe it's probably just the way that my mind works, but it just took a lot of mental energy for me to find all of the specific numbered spaces while I had one certain color on my brush. But it was a good challenge, and I could still do it while listening to something. So something I really like about Crafties is that they feature original work from a bunch of independent artists who get paid when you choose one of their paintings. So it seems like a pretty neat system, which is set up to help both the artists and the art appreciators. So why then am I painting The Last Supper? It may seem totally random, and that's fair. But I've actually been wanting a print of this painting for a while, and I was just hoping to thrift one, but as I was looking through the Crafties catalog, I saw that they've got a bunch of paintings by the masters, just a bunch of classic art history, and this one was among them. I love art history in general, and I also love Jesus. Yes, I know that he wasn't white. I also know that they would have been sitting on the floor or reclining at table in ancient Jerusalem, but it is the spirit of the work that counts in this case. I also ended up working on this piece throughout Holy Week, and I finished it over Easter weekend. So it was kind of cool for me to be painting Jesus' last Passover meal on earth during the time that we remember and celebrate it and his death and resurrection. So back to the process. Okay, it really makes sense to work one color at a time, of course. But you know that rule that says you can only find the thing you're looking for once you stop looking for it? Boy, was that the case with the numbers. The moment I would think I had finished painting, say, all of the 13s, and then move on to 14 and get the new 14 color on my brush, then I would suddenly see all the 13s that I had missed. This painting, all in all, took me about 3 weeks to finish, with the time that I could dedicate to the painting during my kids' naps and after bedtime. I'll say it was really easy to pick up and put down because it really is as simple as opening a pre-mixed color and putting the paint where they tell you to. My only real grievances with this product were very small. So there's really just two main ones, and they kind of coincide with each other. The one is that I don't think there were actually enough printed numbers on the canvas itself. Say if you were painting an area that had a big piece and then like a tiny sliver of a piece, it was quite often that the number would be printed on the tiny sliver of the piece, which could easily get covered by paints next to it. And then you wouldn't actually know what the big piece was whenever you got to it. So you would say, this is what the guide is for. And yes, you would be right. However, the guide is printed in black and white, and the numbers are also black. So the farther up in the numbers you go, the less contrast you have between the background it's printed on and the actual number. So using the guide, it was pretty hard to tell the difference between color 23 and color 24 because they're both really dark and I can't actually see the numbers on the guide. So it made it a little bit difficult at the end. When you finish all of the main stuff, you kind of go through all the numbers and then you can see all the little tiny pieces that you missed. And you'd like to just use the guide, but sometimes the guide is helpful and sometimes it's kind of useless. So by the end, I actually ended up just guessing for a lot of them because I just couldn't be sure if I was using the right number. But it all came together in the end. It was fun. I would say this was a really enriching experience overall. Of course, I want to say thank you to Crafties for giving me the opportunity to try one of their painting kits. It was really fun to make this video, and I got a cool piece of art to hang in my living room. I will also be straight up with you guys and tell you that I learned I am not really a paint by numbers person. But for all of you out there who are, I really would recommend Crafties. I think the great part about them is really the options you have for creating your artwork. As I said earlier, they have diamond paintings as well as paint by numbers, but we all know it's about the image that you're painting. So whether you love art history like me, or you want to support an artist through their original work on the website, or if you want to create a paint by number or diamond painting with a custom image, like it could be a photo of your family or your dog or whatever, your bases are pretty much covered. And honestly, it's also a really good gift idea. With all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. If you guys are interested at all at trying this out for yourself or getting one as a gift, you can use the link in the description box to get a discount on your order or use my code Evelyn20. Either way, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day. I will see you guys next time.